Hi boys and girls. So this week we're talking all about rainy weather. And today I wanted to talk about what actually happens to make it rain. Where does the rain come from? What's going on in the sky to make it rain? So to do that, we're going to talk about the water cycle. And if you remember, a cycle is something that happens over and over and over again. So that's exactly what happens with the water. Water comes down, it needs to go back up somehow, and then come back down again. So let's get started with our water cycle. Now, when we're talking about this, there's going to be a lot of really big words in it. So you could practice along with me, all right? So we're going to start with accumulation.
Accumulation.
Good. So accumulation or collection is when water that comes down is collected together. And that forms oceans and rivers and lakes and ponds and even the puddles that are outside of your house, right? When rain comes down, it gathers together. So that's what we call accumulation. Now that water that's all together has to go somewhere, right? Those puddles don't stay around forever. So if you think about the song, The Itsy Bitsy Spider, out comes the sun and it dries up all the rain. So that is describing our next part of the water cycle, which is evaporation. When the sun heats up water, it evaporates into the air and goes right back up into the sky. It becomes a gas. All right, so that's called evaporation. Let's try that one. Evaporation. Good. So that's when the water heats up and goes into the air. You don't even see it happening, which is pretty cool. Then the water that evaporates goes up into the air, where it then cools down. And once again, it becomes little droplets of water. Now those droplets of water mix together with dust and other chemicals that are in the air, and they become big puffy clouds. Okay, so that is called condensation. Let's try that one. Condensation. And that's when the droplets that have evaporated once again become cooled and become droplets of water in the sky. Now those droplets come together and come together and come together, and they make those clouds so heavy that the clouds can't hold them anymore and they need to come down. So that's our next part of the water cycle we call precipitation. Let's try that one. Precipitation. Good. So that is another really big word for
Rain.
Rain. Now, if it's super cold, that precipitation could be not just rain, but
Snow.
It could be snow, it could be hail. Good. So any type of water, that's coming down is precipitation. Good. And then that precipitation has to collect together for, again, collection and accumulation. And it starts our cycle over and over and over again. So that's what's happening when it's actually raining. So we're going to do a little experiment. Now it's a super simple experiment that you could try at home because you most likely have the materials. So all you're going to need is a sponge, a clear container, and some water. And we're going to show you what's happening in the sky to make it rain. So the sponge that we have is going to act as our cloud, and it's going to hold as many droplets as it can of water until it gets too heavy and our rain comes down. So let's try it. Here we go. Our droplets of water are gathering together inside of our cloud, and our cloud can hold it together so far until it just becomes too heavy and it starts to rain.
Precipitation.
That's our precipitation. All right. So I want you to try this experiment at home with your families. Send me pictures, send me videos, and I hope to see your videos, and I will see you tomorrow on Zoom.